Hey friends, it's Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I have done a vlog. I think I haven't vlogged since like maybe late 2024 or early 2025, but I've missed it, so I thought I would come back and start vlogging again for 2026. This is actually going to be a part of a series where I reread the Mortal Instruments books or slash the Shadowhunters books leading up to the final release of the Wicked Powers, which is The Last King of the Fae or something. I forget if that's called. Something like that. I'm buddy reading this with a bunch of my friends. So first up is The City of Bones. I haven't started it yet. I literally just pulled this guy out of the shelf. I think it's a little dusty too, so. But I'm super excited to get back into vlogging. It's been so long. I've missed it so much. I didn't think I was going to miss it as much as I have, but I have. But I will update y'all when I get the chance to actually read some of the book. I have D&D in like maybe 5-ish minutes. 10-ish minutes, but I'll update you guys when I get back to do that and charge my battery because she's dying. So it is now Tuesday. It's been a hot minute since I updated. I thought I'd get to page like 100 before I updated again. I'm at a page 98-ish, so we're close enough. But I just enjoy being in this world so much. Cassandra Clare is one of my favorite authors for a reason, and this just really, like every time I reread the books, it really just solidifies why she's my favorite and why I love the Shadowhunter so much. I will say though, I think I always downplay how bitchy Alec is to Clary in the first book, in the first couple books, really. Not in the first book, but just super bitchy. Just super bitchy. Which I understand. If I too was in love with a Herondale and he didn't love me, I would be bitchy to anyone who would look at him wrong. Or who looks at him, period. I think it's valid. But Clary too, I forget how young she is, and I remember going through like a phase where I hated Clary's guts because she was so complainy and so like annoying. But now that I'm rereading it as like a 29-year-old, I'm realizing how young she is. She's 15. Finds out her world is completely not like what she thought growing up. And then her mom gets kidnapped. Her life gets thrown up in like just thrown around. So of course she's going to be a little complainy and a little upsetty spaghetti, which makes complete sense. So far, she's just has a lot of spunk to her, even though she's lost basically everything that she's ever cared about. And Jace is just perfect. I have no notes for Jace. Jace is just if I could choose a Herondale, it would be a toss-up between Will and James, truly. I just love them both so dearly. They're so near and dear to my heart, but I think Jace is probably just a little bit above Will Herondale. Just a little bit. I don't know what it is. I love Jace so much. His like attitude, his sass, his cockiness. But I think I just also enjoy a character. I enjoy a fictional man who is as cocky as Jace is, without being a complete and total doucher. So I'm gonna read some more tonight. We'll update y'all once I get to a decent part. Probably another 100 pages. Yeah, probably another 100 pages before I go ahead and update you guys again. So this is a thick book. It's about like, let's see, how big are you? It's 485 pages. So I think 100 page like increments will be good unless something happens and I'm like, I'm uncontrollably laughing or uncontrollably crying, whichever one happens first, truly. So yeah. So I'm about 180 or so pages into the book, and I forget how much Clary goes through. Like, she loses her mom, finds out she has this new thing, finds out she has a mental block that she can't like access certain memories, Finds out her mom was part of a fascist organization. Finds out she might have a brother. Finds out her dad isn't dead, as she thinks. Luke kind of betrays her, or makes her think that he's betraying her. Either way, it's just not a good time for her. And I feel so bad that I ever dislike Clary Frey. Like, Clary Frey, you are on my apology tour list. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, I don't really have much of an update aside from that. It's just, I guess, a little vulnerable moment now for me since it's been a while. I have been feeling a little bit slumpy when it comes to sit-down videos. Very slumpy when it comes to sit-down videos. I just feel like my personality is not coming through anymore, like that I'm just kind of doing it to do it, and not because I want to do it, which is upsetting because I love sit-down videos. I love them with all my heart, but I'm going to take a break this week from a video and then come back the week after with my top 10 of 2025 and then go from there. But yeah, I just need to take a breather, I think. I need to, I've been in my head about YouTube for a minute. Like, I need to take a minute to just kind of breathe and like relax and like remember why I do this and why it's a hobby and why it's fun for me to do and why I invest so much time and money and effort into doing this stuff and why my hair doesn't seem to want to cooperate anymore. Yeah, vulnerable moment there. I will update you guys when I get to a certain stopping point. I think I want to get to, I want to get to 200 still, which I think will be meeting Magnus after that. But right now, I am currently watching Law & Order SVU. So, I am on that and will be on that for a couple hours until I get my food and can get like some focus into my body. So, yes, I will update when I get to that point. So, hello. It is now Friday. It's now Friday. I am about 200 and so pages into the book. And let me just say, it is weird. It is so weird not to have Magnus be like such an integral part of a book. Like, for them to be meeting him the first time ever, when their families have been linked to Magnus for the past like however many centuries. Wild to me. Like, Magnus is such an integral part of the books, save for like I guess the first couple of books of like the Dark Artifices? Like, even in the Dark Artifices, we hear Magnus's name get dropped a few times. So he's important, and he's important to the characters. But in this one, not so much, which is so weird to me to be able to, like, have to see and, like, grapple with. Especially since that he and Alec are such an integral part of the series and the world as a whole. I think it's so weird to not have him, to just have him pop up as just one little blip in the book. And I know I've made comments in the past about, or a couple clips ago, about how much Claire annoyed me in the first book. But let me rephrase. There is no one else that has annoyed me more in this first book than Simon. And I love Simon. Simon is one of my favorite characters of the series. He's such an integral part of the books as a whole. And he's so important. Don't get me wrong. He's so important. However, he is such an integral part, but he's so annoying in the first couple books. Like, I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. It's because he's madly in love with Clary, and instead of just saying the words, he just gets angry every time someone tries to flirt with her. He gets so angry at Jace the entire time. And Jace gets angry at him too, like, for no reason other than the fact that he is very much interested in Clary. And so is Simon. But Simon's just so annoying because it's such shitty ass behavior to be like, yeah, you're my best friend in the entire world. But every time you talk about boys, or you think a boy is interesting or cute, or that a boy that is not me is interesting and or cute, I'm going to be annoyed and be exasperated and just be so sad and upset. Like, whose fault is it that you guys are not together right now? Because you have all the time in the world to make a move, Simon. All the time in the world to make a move, and yet you do not. So, whose fault is that truly? Because I don't think it's Clary who's going through something right now. I think it is you. I think we're about to get into the Hotel Dumort stuff of everything. So we're going to have Simon turn into a rat. Well, Simon is a rat currently. But he's going to get kidnapped Which is nice that for once it's not the girl getting kidnapped, it's Simon getting kidnapped. But we're not gonna get into that. Okay. I'll update y'all when I get more into the book. Okay. It is now like 9 in the morning, and the first thing I do when I wake up is, well, scroll through TikTok because I have a problem. But then I realized I should stop myself, and I read more of the book. Read more of the book. Right now they're in the Vampire Hotel du Mort portion, where poor Simon the rat has been taken, and I have a cat who's yelling. I don't know if you can hear him, but he was yelling. Has been taken, and they're gonna go save him. And I know this is gonna be bad because he was such an integral part to Simon's entire storyline in like the later books, but I completely forgot about Raphael. I forgot Raphael was important. I forgot that Raphael was someone that we would need to be focused on. Just forgot he existed, really. Which is fine. I should probably drink some water first, huh? You can tell where my focus has been this morning, and it's not taking care of myself. This has been a fun reread, I'm not gonna lie. It's been very fun for me to reread everything and like be reminded of all the things that happened before all the newer books, because I haven't really reread them, and I haven't reread the older books in quite some time. So this has been fun, but very confusing because, like I said, I just forgot a whole ass character. Which I guess makes sense, he does. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't read the series, but he does die in the very like last book of the Mortal Instruments. But still an important part in like the last trilogy of the books. You know, wow, my pimples are just really bright and red today. It's fine. I'll wash it and I'll look and feel a little better. My hair's a mess, but that's okay. It's wash day anyway. You know, TikTok has ruined my ability to focus and read when I'm at one of my favorite scenes in the book, which is the Midnight Flower, the chapter. One of my favorite chapters in the book. And my first thought is to figure out how much further it is, how long the chapter is, so I can move on to the next one. It's not even that long. It's gonna be like 8 pages. But yeah. Which tells me I need to figure out how to detox TikTok from me. Which is good. It's not a bad problem at all. It's just one of those weird realizations that I don't really catch. I also think it's been ruined because Kindle will tell me how long I have until the chapter's over, which is how I like to read, instead of like telling me overall like, oh yeah, you have 3 hours left in the book. I like reading how long I have left in the chapter, but I think that also ruined reading for me as well. So I would say I'm going to detox from Kindle for a little bit, but I have an arc that I have to read that comes out on the 27th, and I have like what, 2 weeks? Yeah, I have like 2 weeks before that comes out. 3 weeks? I'm gonna say 2 weeks. So, but yeah, just morning thoughts with Therese while she's unkempt and alone in her room because Jake went to the gym. This is going to be a very short update, but the one defining moment that Simon has, let me just sit you down somewhere. Let's face this way. But the one defining moment that Simon has in this entire book, this entire novel, is that he saves everyone from the Great Tur Demon. Like when he comes in, every time without fail, whenever he comes in with that bow and arrow of his and that like determination just to like shoot up in the sky into the ceiling to get the sunlight to come in and cause Abaddon to disappear. Best moment in the book. It's such a good moment. Such a good time. It truly is like one of my favorite Simon moments of all time. I will not be taking any criticisms, complaints, or other suggestions. It's just a good spot. It's a good spot. And that is it. That's the update. That is the update. It's just me screaming about Simon's big moment, big redemption moment of this entire book after being an incel for most of it. Okay. You good? Okay. Okay. So I just got to the part. Okay. So I just got to the part where Hodge is revealed to be a traitor, and we're about to find out the two, Jace and Clary, are siblings, but they're not siblings, which is a plotline that lasted way too long, in my opinion. Way too long, in my opinion, in the original trilogy. But neither here nor there. And then Valentine steps through, and I forgot that he's supposed to be like a super well-dressed, like in a suit kind of guy, because all I can picture is the actor from the movie and his weird fuck-ass ponytail in the back. I don't even know how, like, I can't even call it a rat's tail, because a rat's tail is cooler than that. His ponytail was like up to here. It was like up here. Or it was like up here. It was pretty high up on his head, which made no sense at all direction-wise, but it's fine, I guess, with the one who made the movie. But I'm just not ready for this book to be over. Like, we're so close for it to be over, and I'm just not ready. I've had so much fun being back in this world, seeing all the characters at the very beginning of the character growth. Like, it's just been a ride, and I'm so ready to read the rest of the series leading up to the very last book. So yeah. I finished the book, and all I can think of is, wow, what if Cassie didn't get a sequel and all we were left with was a cliffhanger that they were in fact related? But they're not related. But until the third book, they are related. Can someone explain to me white people and their love for incest? Like, is it just genetic at this point, like deep buried in your bones? Is that why? But no, it was a lot of fun being back in this world, being back in like what happened. It's been so long since I've reread the books too that I like didn't forget everything that happened, but I forgot small things. Like I forgot about Luke's chapter. I forgot about how Valentine appeared to them, Hodge's curse. Forgot about Chairman Meow. I forgot that they didn't know Magnus and wasn't very like emotionally intertwined with Magnus like the other books had been. So it was just a lot of fun to be in here. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Took off a half star because of the incest. That's not really incest. But what can you do? But yeah, that is it for. But yeah, that's let's adjust. But yeah, that is it for this reading vlog. If you guys had a lot of fun rereading Shadowhunters with me, or if you want to reread it with us, with the group chat, I'll be sharing more vlogs rereading the Shadowhunters leading up to the release of Wicked Powers, so you can read along with me if you want to go ahead and do that. Read along with the group chat if you want to go ahead and do that. But yeah, had a lot of fun being back in this world and just like being back in Cassie Clare's writing. Something about her writing makes me want to write too, or get back into writing, which is a really nice way to be re-inspired of a love that I had felt like I had lost for a little bit there. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all she wrote. If you want to see more from me, hit like, subscribe, and comment. If you like this kind of video from me, I am planning on posting more vlogs in the future of 2026, so keep an eye out for those. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.